It's very common when you leave a toxic relationship with narcissistically abusive people that you keep an eye on what they're doing. Oftentimes this comes in the form of watching and observing their social media posts and who they're hanging out with or interacting with. Oftentimes this can drive you crazy. You might even feel like you're stalking them. But I promise you, you're not stalking anybody. Stalking implies that you want something from them. That's what narcissistic people do, by the way. They stalk you in order to gain something from you, in order to get supply from you. That's not why you're observing and watching the narcissistically abusive people through who they're talking to or through their posts. You're doing it for a different reason. It's almost unconscious. And I know a lot of coaches, myself included, can fall into the trap of saying, well, you have to go no contact. And if you're looking at their social media posts, you're not going no contact. You're failing. And it can allow you or cause you to feel worse about the situation. But I'm here to tell you right now, there's another reason. There's a subconscious reason that you are observing and watching these people, and it has to do with your own personal safety. I'm going to share with you why you're having such a difficult time going no contact without paying attention to what those people are up to. Not only that, but I'm going to give you some solutions. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Before I do get into this message, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls as well as video calls. So if you are in a toxic situation that you have left, you're trying to go no contact, however, you can't seem to stop observing what those people are up to, head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'll work with you to break this down so that you no longer have to keep checking out what they're doing. In addition to that, I have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and in person each and every day. We operate out of a diary and a journal to put you on the right path in life. Next week, we're starting Royal We Fellowship. We're bringing it exclusively to the coaching program. So if you're interested in what the Bible has to say about narcissistic abuse, you don't want to miss this. In addition to that, a part of the coaching program is going to be helping you to become a coach yourself. So for those of you who have a desire to be a coach, I'm going to give you the insight and the behind the scenes of what I do. And you can find out more by joining the coaching program. Now, let's get into this topic right here. I used to be big on telling people, go no contact, block them on social media. The more you see what these people are up to, the longer you stay in toxicity, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and oftentimes physically. But how easy we forget, as I had forgotten, that it doesn't work that way. Yes, you can go no contact from toxic family members or a narcissistic ex who is abusive. Yes, you can distance yourself from them. However, there is going to be a subconscious eye that wants to stay on those people, not because you're interested in their life, not because you want them to be back in your life, not because of you need them or miss them even. It has more to do with a subconscious level counter surveillance. Everybody say this with me: subconscious level counter surveillance. Your observation, your checking in on them, has less to do with those people, and it has more to do with your own protection and your own safety on a subconscious level. We were designed to do this as a defense mechanism. So you are biologically going to do this. You're subconsciously going to do this because you are now aware of a threat in your life. After all, narcissistic people, whether it's family members or a lover, boyfriend, a girlfriend, or even a narcissistic abusive ex, these people come into your life and they infiltrate your life. They infiltrate everything that you're into. They get into your life. They work their way into your situations, the things you enjoy, your friendships, your relationships, even your family, and they dismantle all of this stuff while you're standing watching all of this happen. They become a threat. Now, oftentimes, by the time you're aware you're dealing with a narcissistically abusive person and you're ready to move on, a significant amount of damage has already been done in your life. They've already smear campaigned you with a lot of your friends. They've already gained what seems to be control somewhat over some of your family members. They've gotten these people to side with them. They've already ruined the things that you once enjoyed. So yes, they have damaged your situation quite significantly. Whether you know it or not, on a subconscious level, your eye is now on them. It's like a third eye. Doesn't have to be these two eyes, but there's a subconscious eye, counter surveillance. Counter surveillance means watching the people that have been watching you. You realize that these narcissistically abusive people have been watching you, observing you, testing you, provoking you, learning about you. And once you realize this, by the time you're ready to go no contact, it becomes apparent how dangerous these people are and just how much of your life they've already infiltrated and how much more they can infiltrate. So naturally, your desire is to go no contact, and your desire is to eliminate these people out of your life because they're negative and they're destructive and they seek only to destroy you. However, this can't be done safely unless you have a subconscious mind or a subconscious eye on what they're doing. So you see, the reason you keep looking at their social media posts from time to time is not because you want them. It's not because you miss them. It's because subconsciously you are entering a place of counter surveillance, which is a God-given defense mechanism for your own safety and your own protection so that you can move on and have full knowledge of who they're interacting with that you might know, what they're doing that might directly affect your life. Now, I've been there firsthand. And this is why it surprises me that I used to tell people, you've got to shut down the social media, stop looking at them, because I remember how long it took me. I left the toxic, narcissistic in-laws that I was dealing with in California. And when I separated myself, I didn't delete the social media. I found myself looking at some of the things they were saying and who they were engaging with, not out of envy. I didn't want anything to do with these people. But I was curious to know who they were talking to and about what when it came to, are they talking with my friends? Are they engaging with people I know? That's what I was curious about. It was a natural counter surveillance that I wasn't even aware that you and I possess, but we do. It took for me moving from California, moving out to the Midwest, 5 states away before my body and my mind and everything started to feel safe enough to where I no longer had to use counter surveillance. I now can step into, those people are gone. They're not in my life. They are no threat. And in that process also, I realized just how weak and little they are anyways. It's just when you're in the relationship, they seem bigger than they really are. But when you experience this, especially if it's your first time experiencing narcissistic abuse, it's very difficult for you to come out of that phase, which is a natural God-given defense mechanism of counter surveillance. So here's my best coaching tip for you if you're experiencing this. It's okay if you have to have a third eye, if you will. If you are curious to know who they're talking to, so long as it pertains only to protecting yourself, through protecting your friends, protecting your family members, protecting what belongs to you. If you feel desperately like you have to almost keep an observation out for that for a period of time, then that's okay. Now, it's going to run the risk of keeping you stuck in toxicity. You're going to feel enmeshed because you will see things that they're going to post that might anger you, that are going to frustrate you. That's the risk you take when you counter surveillance. The other risk is that may consume your life, and you don't want that. You don't want your life to become consumed in counter surveillance, only watching what they're up to, because now you start living vicariously through them. And they're moving on. They're doing things they want to do. They're in other relationships, and narcissistically abusive people move on fairly quickly while you're just watching them, observing. So there has to come a point where you're able to cut free of that counter surveillance, if you will. When you realize, okay, they've moved on. They have other friends now. They have another lover in their life. You're able to say, okay, good riddance. Dust off the shoulder. Dust off the feet. They're no longer my problem, and they're no longer a threat to me. They have a new girlfriend, a new boyfriend, somebody I don't know. They have new friends. Those people are no threat to me. I don't have to keep an eye on that anymore. I don't have to observe that. I don't have to watch and pay attention to what they're doing. So effectively, what I'm telling you, essentially is you have to know when to turn that counter surveillance off. All right. If you need help in turning the counter surveillance off, well, that's exactly what I'm here for. As I said before, my name is Kevin. This is the Royal We, and I do take telephone calls and video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So if you are working right now on turning your counter surveillance defense mechanism off, head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'd love to talk with you. I can definitely help you in this territory. Also, the Royal We coaching program is going strong. Next week, we're bringing in Royal We Fellowship, a deep biblical instructional tool to help you understand narcissistic abuse from a biblical perspective. I'm also going to be working with helping you to perfect your coaching. So if this sounds interesting to you, head on down there, get enrolled right now, and I will see you in class. If you're brand new to the Royal We, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button, share this video with somebody who needs it. Also, be sure to hit the bell notification. I've never been one to say that. However, a lot of people tell me that they never see my videos even pop up on their YouTube feed. Well, hitting the bell notification will fix that. Hit the bell notification, which will notify you when I upload a brand new video. All right. Before I leave, check out one of these videos recommended by the YouTube algorithm. Bye.